Namaste. In continuation of this series on principal Upanishads, we now commence the second Upanishad, Isha Upanishad, or also named Isha Upanishad. The Upanishads contain the essence of the Vedas. They are the concluding portions of the Vedas and are the source of Vedanta philosophy. Profound, original, lofty, and sublime thoughts arise from every verse. They contain the direct spiritual experiences or revelations of seers or sages, the rishis. They are the products of the highest wisdom, supreme divine knowledge. The Upanishads are generally considered to be 108, although their exact number is not known. Of these, 10 are considered important, for which Shankaracharya wrote commentary. The exact date of Upanishads is not known. Here an attempt has been made to put forth narration of the 10 major Upanishads in a classical way, verse by verse, to kindle the interest for deeper learning through practice. The source of this narration is the Upanishads, a new translation by Swami Nikhilananda in 4 volumes. The Isha Upanishad is one of the shortest Upanishads, embedded as the final chapter of the Shukla Yajurveda. The Upanishad is a brief poem consisting of 17 or 18 verses, depending upon the manuscript. It is the key scripture of the Vedanta subschools and as influential Shruti to diverse schools of Hinduism. It is the 40th chapter of Yajurveda. The name of the text derives from its incipit, opening words of the text, Isha vāsyam, enveloped by the Lord or hidden in the Lord self. The text discusses the Atman or soul, self-theory of Hinduism and is referred by both Dvaita or dualism and Advaita non-dualism subschools of Vedanta. Let us now begin with the Isha Upanishad verse by verse translation. First verse. All this, whatever exists in this changing universe, should be covered by the Lord. Protect the self by renunciation. Lust not after any man's wealth. If a man wishes to live 100 years on this earth, he should live performing action. For you who cherish such a desire and regard yourself as a man, there is no other way by which you can keep work from clinging to you. Verily, those words of the Asuras are enveloped in blind darkness, and thereto they all repair after death who are slayers of Atman. That non-dual Atman, though never stirring, is swifter than the mind. The senses cannot reach it, for it moves ever in front. Though standing still, it overtakes others who are running. Because of Atman, Vayu, the world soul, apportions the activities of all. It moves and moves not. It is far and likewise near. It is inside all this and it is outside all this. The wise man beholds all beings in the self, and the self is all beings. For that reason, he does not hate anyone. To the seer, all things have verily become the self. What delusion, what sorrow can there be for him who beholds that oneness? It is he who pervades all, he who is bright and bodiless, without scar or sinews, pure and by evil unpierced, who is the seer, omniscient, transcendent and uncreated. He has duly allotted to the eternal world creators their respective duties. Into a blind darkness they enter who are devoted to ignorance rituals. But into a greater darkness they enter who engage in knowledge of a deity alone. One thing, they say, is obtained from knowledge, another, they say, from ignorance. Thus we have heard from the wise who have taught us this. He who is aware that both knowledge and ignorance should be pursued together, overcomes death through ignorance and obtains immortality through knowledge. Into a blind darkness they enter who worship only the unmanifested Prakriti, but into a greater darkness they enter who worship the manifested Hiranyagarbha. One thing, they say, is obtained from the worship of the manifested. Another, they say, from the worship of the unmanifested. Thus, we have heard from the wise who taught us this. He who knows that both the unmanifested Prakriti and the manifested Hiranyagarbha should be worshipped together overcomes death by the worship of our Hiranyagarbha and obtains immortality through devotion to Prakriti. The door of the truth is covered by a golden disc. Open it, O nourisher. Remove it so that I who have been worshipping the truth may behold it. O nourisher, lone traveller of the sky, controller, O sun, offspring of Prajapati, gather your rays, withdraw your light. I would see through your grace that form of yours which is the fairest. I am indeed he, that Purusha, who dwells there. Now may my breath return to all-pervading immortal Pranam. May this body be burned to ashes. Om. O mind, remember all that I have done. O fire, lead us by the good path of the enjoyment of the fruit of our action. You know, O God, all our deeds. Destroy our sin of deceit. We offer by words our salutations to you. Here we end Isha Upanishad. Let us commence peace chant. Om. That is full, this is full. This fullness has been projected from that fullness. When this fullness merges in that fullness, all that remains is fullness. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for listening.